welcome everyone to the Week 4 edition of News West 9 Game Time, our second of two shows tonight. We are always staying late on Fridays to get you all of the latest highlights and scores. I'm Trevor Tankersley.
And I'm Lee Small. We've got a ton of games tonight, including highlights from 15 of the 29 games. It's a ton going on around the Permian Basin tonight. But of course, you have to start somewhere. And what better way, Trevor, than to start with Game of the Week?
Absolutely.
This is the Academy Sports Game of the Week.
This week's Game of the Week is down in the 2A ranks. An interesting battle out at Buffalo Stadium as the 3-1 Coahoma Bulldogs, fresh off a win at Crane last week, visited the 4-0 Stanton Buffaloes, who are coming off a blowout win of their own against McCamey last Friday night. Out to Stanton we go for this one. Buffalo Stadium, this week's Game of the Week. The opening game for both teams in District 2, 2A, Division 2 in the first half. Stanton's defense setting the tone. Grayson Gray hit the A-gap, comes right through and blasts Jason Martinez in the backfield. That, my friends, is worthy of a replay. Just put his head down and hit him. We'll find out later if that's play of the week. Speaking of later in the first quarter, Tyler Fulton rolls out to his right, fires it downfield to a wide-open Adam Montez.
Nice spiral right there.
Nice spiral and a breakdown in the secondary. That score would put them up 7-0, but Coahoma would get a great return on the ensuing kickoff. Tanner Ruiz goes up the middle, cuts it back once, cuts it back twice, cuts it, no, he didn't cut it again. And then finally being right down, right around midfield after a nice 45-yard return. That drive would stall, though, and force the Bulldogs to punt. Buffalo's offense was doing just fine. Fulton again goes deep. This time it's to Ryan Brantley. Wide open, 14-0 Stanton at the break, and they get the win tonight. That's a final score you don't see very often, 17-2.
It's a fun one. Well, on Monday, the Midland Bulldogs cracked the Texas AP Top 25, coming in at number 20. Tonight, they got their first test as a ranked team when they welcomed San Angelo Central into Grande for homecoming. A little bit drizzly out there, Trevor. You felt that one, I think.
I did. It started raining pretty good there in the first quarter.
That didn't stop the Bulldogs early. However, a nice pass play here from Logan O'Brien to Riley Davis sets up the nice field position.
That's about the only thing that went right for Central.
Next play, though, O'Brien fumbles the ball, and it's recovered by Midland. 7-0 Bulldogs later in the quarter. Jake Holyfield is going to take it in himself for the keeper for the touchdown. 14-0 after the extra point. Still in the first quarter now, Tyler Middleton, one of the great backs in the district, breaks it outside for a nice run, which sets up this as he goes down the sideline.
Shoulder that load.
Hit. This would set that up. Malcolm Anders on the fullback trap. Gotta love the fullback trap.
How did it work?
Up the middle for the score. Midland runs away with this one. Final count from this one, 49-14.
Out to Rattler Stadium now, where the Odessa Broncos were looking to go 4-1 as they hosted Amarillo High. First quarter, Broncos start things off. Ryan Rios with the handoff to who? Bradley Marquez, who?
Another good
runs it in for another 10-yard
Another one of those
touchdown.
good backs in the district.
His 13th touchdown in the last 3 games. Still in the first quarter now, Amarillo would tie things up. Gabe Rodriguez to Derek Disick. This will tie things up in the first quarter. Nice cutback move, and he would get in the end zone. That would tie things up. Another touchdown drive coming up for Amarillo, but they do get stopped short on 4th down. That would cause a field goal attempt right here. Make it 10-7. Bradley Marquez, though, becomes the school's all-time leading rusher tonight, but Odessa wasn't enough tonight. Odessa falls to the Sandies 17-7.
Tough loss there for the Broncos. Lee making their second straight trip to Amarillo, this time to take on Tascosa. Lee trying to run it, but are stuffed by the Rebels defense led by Jacob Hall here. But Lee would eventually get on the board. Adrian Horton to Blake Houghton for the grab.
Where's the secondary?
And I'm going to slow down here because he's got 50 yards to go after the catch for the touchdown. 7-0 lead. But Tascosa would answer back. Jeremiah O'Quinn. Don't think he's Irish, but he has a long touchdown run here for the home team. Trevor, you like that one?
I do like that one.
7-7 after the extra point as he sneaks in right there for the touchdown. Lee would answer right back, though. Jaqueline Briscoe with the touchdown run puts Lee back up by a score 14-7. Tascosa now 4th and goal from the 1, and they're stopped short by the Lee defense.
Son.
Big hit right there. Lee holds on. This is a gritty football team, Trevor. They win tonight 24-21.
Staying in the 5A ranks, we'll head out to Lubbock, where the Permian Panthers, winners of 3 straight games, had to stay focused tonight as they visited Lubbock in the winless Monterey Plainsmen. Out to Lubbock we go. Second quarter, it is a scoreless ball game. Permian running the Wild Panther. Going to get DeAnthony Fay, another great back in this district, takes the snap and goes up the gut for the touchdown. It would be 6-0 Mojo at that point. Later in the second quarter, Greg George, another great running back, takes the inside handoff, busts through the Plainsman defense for the touchdown. 12-0 after the missed two. Actually, excuse me, they're going to go for two right here. Permian goes for two. Landry Serrano finds Tallis Smith for the deuce. And Permian rolls in this one tonight, heading into district play 38-0.
That's right. Monahans had already taken care of their first four opponents of the year, including Snyder by 1, Sweetwater, Midland Christian, and Big Spring. Tonight they were facing, it's a very impressive list actually, they were going for 4-0, facing El Paso Mountain View, a team that had only one win on the year. Second play of the game, we like to start things off really early in these games. Pedro Cano takes the handoff, breaks a couple tackles here, and then gets slammed by a defender. I called it WWE at 10-13. Look at that. Takes the hit, keeps on trucking, remains on his feet to take it inside the 2-yard line. Next play, though.
It's a shame he couldn't score.
It really is. That's a fantastic play. Next play here, Byron Scharf takes it up the middle for the first score. Lobos 7-0 at that point. This time, the quarterback, Wade Rourke, calls his number, takes it in on his own.
Naked bootleg.
Lobos 14-0. And they're rolling along just like normal. Byron Scharf leans up the middle for another Lobo TD here. 21-0 in the second quarter. It seems like they just keep on rolling week after week after week. Coach Owens picks up the win, 59-14.
Moving to Brownfield, visiting the Seminole Indians. Indians trying to bounce back from their loss last week to a very good Snyder team. Cubs would attack early on their first possession, finding a wide receiver wide open, and then nobody in the secondary. He is going to take it all the way to the end zone untouched. And that would give the Cubs an easy 6 at that point, 7-0. But the lead wouldn't last long. Indians' very first play on the ensuing drive, they fake a double reverse, fake out a photographer, fake out everybody in the crowd, and then find Jared Adams. I can see why. He was wide open. Nobody knew where he was. That would tie the score. He takes a 20-10-5 touchdown. That would tie the game up at 7 apiece. Indians, though, take advantage of good field position on their next drive thanks to an interception. Junior Juan Espino takes the handoff 25 yards up the left side, and Seminole bounces back nicely. They win easily 43-6.
Greenwood and Sweetwater meeting up in a matchup of teams at 3-1 on the season. No score in the first. BJ Walker going to have a nice run up the middle for Sweetwater right here. Big man just rumbling down the middle for a nice first down. Later in the drive, Walker off left tackle and into the end zone, followed by a nicely executed chest bump. Don't see many of those. 6-0 after the score. Greenwood with it now. Jesse Madrid looking for his man, finds Alex Lara. And Alex, meet B.J. Walker. You might recognize him from the previous two highlights.
Hung on to the ball.
Nice hit. He did hang on to the ball right now. And this one goes final. Sweetwater with a good win over Greenwood, 32-7.
And we are not even close to being done just yet, Lee.
That's, of course, Trevor. We've got many more highlights coming up after this first time out on Game Time.